We're back in Julie's garden, and this is the tree, Lord Lambourne, apple tree that we pruned. When did we do it? When did we summer prune? 8 weeks ago, possibly?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
It was when I was still well, weren't I? So it had to be 8 weeks or so ago.
Well, anyway, you can see that it's not looking neat and tidy anymore. We've got lots of regrowth here. And so what I'm going to do is to tidy up that to make sure plenty of light can get through to the fruit that's still on there. There's not a heavy crop this year, but the apples are very large, and at some point in the video Julie will show you the size of some of these apples. I think a number of them may be a pound weight each. So we need to take off all the regrowth that's going to attract woolly aphis and other pests, and which will actually shade the fruit and stop it getting ripe. I won't be using a saw at all because the tree is now properly shaped. I probably won't need loppers. All I'll need is this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what we'll do, folks, we're going to put it on the tripod, and then we'll come back and show you the apples when the tree's been sorted. Because it's too much effort to hold the camera up. Right, let's zoom in for you and go a bit higher. I think that would be alright for you folks. Let's go and see what Nigel's up to. I hope you can hear me, folks, but we've had a look at the apples. On this tree it suffered a lot from sawfly this year. I never got around to spraying the tree, obviously because the situation with my mum, and the weather conditions weren't suitable either. At the time when it needed doing, we had a lot of rain. It just wouldn't have worked. So there is quite a bit of damage of the apples. Perhaps we'll show you a typical sawfly.
They are concentric rings.
Okay folks, just look at that. Look at the rings, that's sawfly. Okay.
Well, yes please, that was, then we won't have to do it twice. You better go and sit down, Julie.
Well, it takes you out of it, takes it out of you, Nigel.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can see now, I obviously had this in me for 2 months, and it was that tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Although to others it may look that there was nothing wrong, there obviously was.
Are the antibiotics working now?
Yeah, they've loosened it up.
Good.
I've just finished them.
Yeah. It doesn't help doing all that hospital visiting, because you can pick stuff up so easily
I
in
know.
hospital.
Isn't it funny how me, mum, dad, sister
Yeah,
and carer,
yeah, it shows it's a nasty bug.
yeah. I got dad booked in to the hospital for Tuesday
Yeah,
for X-ray.
yeah.
Sister's off for another week.
Oh dear.
Signed off again, that with third lot of antibiotics.
Yeah.
She's on steroids.
Well, I better keep my distance then, because I don't want it.
No. No, it might be best if I don't go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh. need any steps, Nigel?
I think I'll be alright for most of it. I'll try and do it without.
Right.
I'll have to get into the centre and reach up from the
Okay.
inside, I think, with some of it.
Have you heard any more from about the apple orchard? Not the Foxton, the other one. I've forgotten the place.
No, well, I got sent that thing about the meeting, that email. I think I got a copy of that.
What email?
Wait a minute, you mean the one at Rochester?
Yeah.
Nothing yet? No, I owe them a message.
Yeah. What about Foxton? Did you ever hear about the expenses?
It looks like we're not going to get any.
Right, okay.
They asked me to fill the paperwork in anyway.
Yeah, I filled it in.
Yeah, I'm afraid I never got round to it.
Oh, right.
So if we're not going to get anything for it, why should I spend my time filling it in?
Yeah. It's looking a lot tidier, Nigel.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yeah. You really see the difference.
Yeah, it's surprising that a relatively small amount of wood can make the tree look really scruffy.
Yeah. Hey! It's only Nigel. Want me to get those for you?
Please, please.
I put a video up yesterday.
Yeah, well, I've not been on the computer much, so I've not seen it.
Had about 250 views.
What was it about?
Just about what was happening, why I'm been around.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
And, it's, you know, still things will happen.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
slowly. And the community project and the painting and that during the winter. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yes, I had loads of replies, about 35 replies.
Excellent.
Yeah. If you can hear me okay, folks, Nigel's just been going around the base of the trunk, and that's where you get loads of suckers. And often you forget about these, but you need to take those off, to take the goodness out of the tree. They're not going to produce anything. Whether there's going to be any potential for next year.
Well, there's lots of these little clusters of leaves.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
It looks like it'll have a good crop next year as well.
Yeah. No good, folks. Sawfly damage. So many of them.
Round the pathway.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably about might be about 40 apples on here. I think.
That'll be a couple of trays.
Yeah. You notice not many wasps this year?
Yeah, hardly any at all. I've not seen any wasp nests either.
No. Okay folks, I'm going to take you around the back of the tree to show you some of these really big apples. Oh folks, just look at the size of that apple there. Can you see my hand? Look at the size of that. It must be 4.5 inches across. And that one's about the same. Just at the back of Nigel there, folks, is the plum tree, and further back still is the pear tree. These have been trimmed right back, but as you can see, they've shot up by 3 feet again. I reckon these have had 7 feet of growth this year. So that needs to be...
Oh, silly me, I've cut some fruit off.
Oh, Right.
It was a very low branch.
Right.
Well, they're almost ripe. So
Okay. There you have it, folks. Nigel's pruned the tree all back, and that one's all ready now for the winter. Am I right there, Nigel?
Yeah. For the winter now.
Yeah. Yeah. The apples have still got maybe another couple of weeks. Would you say, Nigel?
Yeah, I should think about a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
A fortnight.
Yeah. Okay then, folks. Have you got anything more to say, Nigel?
Yeah. Yeah, something worth saying about apple trees and plum trees. It's easy to prune an apple tree when the fruit's still on.
Okay.
A plum tree you shouldn't,
Right.
because you'll find that if you try and prune a plum in the summer with the fruit on it, all the fruit will drop off as you're doing it.
Okay. But obviously, if you've got no fruit on it,
If you've got no fruit on it, then it's not a
that's
problem.
fine, yeah.
The other thing is, if you're going to ever prune a tree with a saw, that is, a big job,
Yeah.
then for apples you do it in the winter when there's no leaves,
Okay.
right? And then plum you do it in the summer. You mustn't use a saw on a plum tree in the winter,
Why is that?
because the wood of a plum tree is different to an apple tree, and it picks up infections in the winter, usually fungus, and you'll get dieback
Right,
on the
okay.
tree.
Okay.
And you may get dieback anyway. You probably noticed that plum trees quite frequently just die for no apparent reason.
Right.
They just dry up, and this is usually a fungal infection. Apples don't tend to do that, so you've got to treat plums more carefully in the
Right.
winter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Nigel.
Okay.